Eliassi is driving us to the boat this morning. We'll be back on the late boat, and we'll walk to Eliassi's house. Jake will have drops in his eyes and can't drive. Eliassi will drive us home again. Okay?
Okay. But things are not okay. And Boots knows I know it. I know what is really on Jake's mind. He will lose the middle of what he sees when he drives. Not seeing the road is worse for Jake than not seeing his face. Eliassi arrives a bit early in his gray pickup truck with a surprise. Sitting between George and Eliassi is a big, smooth-coated brown dog. When he opens his door, the dog leaps over George and jumps down from the truck. Tess is more than happy, leaping around with the brown dog.
"We have a dog,"
says George. Eliassi gets out.
"I found him in my boat yesterday. He went fishing with me. He's my sea dog."
George looks at me, knowing what I'm thinking.
"He isn't owned by anyone on the island," he says. "We called the dog officer. The ferry driver said he gets on the boat and rides to the island. He stays for a few days. Then he reappears and takes the trip to the mainland again. They keep food and water for him on the ferry. He's my sea dog,"
repeats Eliassi.
"I call him Rafiki."
What does Rafiki mean? I ask. George holds up his hand.
"Friend,"
he says. Theo comes out of the house with Boots and Jake. Rafiki runs to them. New friends.
"Come for dinner tonight,"
Eliassi calls to us all.
"It's dance night."
"I don't dance," I say.
"I don't dance either,"
says George.
"My parents dance all the time, even when there's no music."
"Dancing is easy," says Theo. "I've watched. I'll show you later. I have art class this afternoon at the school."
"Mija?"
asks George.
"You'll like her. She teaches art during the school year. She tried to help me paint a tree."
"How did it go?" I ask. He shakes his head.
"My tree never looked alive,"
he says. "That's fine if the tree is lying dead on the ground," says Theo, trying to be kind. Boots and Jake laugh.
"I'll try to remember that I am good at painting dead trees,"
says George.
"And don't worry about dancing,"
adds Theo.
"Dancing is just two people, looking bored, hanging on to each other and moving around." "Boots and I dance,"
says Jake.
"And we're never bored." "Never,"
says Boots. Then Rafiki and Tess run off to the sheep field, sending the sheep running. Jake and Boots get up in the truck. And they are gone, driving down the road to ride the ferry to Jake's eye appointment. I watch.
"Let's walk with the dogs,"
says George to me.
"It'll take your mind off of Jake's eyes."
You're getting more like Jake every day. Knowing what I'm thinking, I say.
"Maybe,"
says George.
"Or maybe it's easy to see what you're thinking. Your face tells me."
We are quiet, ducking between the rails of the fence and walking through the field. The sheep look up, then away again. The morning is cool, the sun not yet summer hot. We can see Tess and Rafiki down the sandy beach, noses to the sand, smelling scents the seals have left behind. What would you do if you were losing your eyesight? I ask George. He thinks for a moment.
"I'd memorize the world,"
he says.
"Remember it."
I stop walking. That's what Jake said this morning, I say. George nods.
"I'm turning into Jake,"
he says.
"You said so."
"George!" A small boy waves from down the beach. He begins running.
"Marco!"
shouts George.
"Marco goes to school with me."
Tess and Rafiki run with Marco. They reach us in a heap of dogs and boy.
"This is my friend Louisiana,"
says George.
"This is Marco."
"Louisiana is a state in the South," says Marco.